Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Film Hobbies. This is Season 17, Episode 6 of Eldritch Horror. We are playing the Dreamlands expansion. Last round, we lost one of our investigators. We said goodbye to our investigator, Carolyn Fern, the psychologist. We still have Kate Winthrop and Amanda Sharp on the board. We're not going to go forward and replace the investigator. We're just going to kind of play through with the two investigators. So we'll jump right into our next round. I think I'm going to take... I'll have Amanda Sharp is going to... Actually, Amanda Sharp in her encounter... At the end of the encounter phase, if there are 5 or more gates on the board, she gets the deep destiny consequence as she's lost her... Deep Destiny consequence. It says, whenever you fail a test, discard 1 talent condition. Whenever you move along a ship path, lose 1 sanity. So she's got the Deep Destiny as she's failed that. We also have, when another investigator is defeated or devoured, discard this card and gain the Not Again consequence. So also, Kate Winthrop is gaining the Not Again consequence. When you gain this card, discard a total of 3 clues and an improvement tokens. Your maximum sanity is reduced to 2. Gosh, so she only has 2 sanity now. This is going to be rough going. So let's go ahead and let's have her make her way to Cellophase to go to Dalethline to try to get this clue. We'll have our... investigator from Tokyo. She'll move down 1. She goes by a C route and she loses 1 sanity as a result, but she can also take the second one to Sydney using her ship token, losing that 1 sanity. So we'll do a Sydney encounter and we will do a Cellophase encounter for our actions phase. So first, to the dreaming city of Cellophase in the Dreamlands. It is Kate Winthrop, scientist. You sit near an ice sculpture on Mount Aaron. Recover 1 health. Okay, she can recover 1 health. This is good. Soon you'll find you cannot move. Okay, so she does this at a -1 of her will. Will at -1. If you fail, you spend eons there, lose 2 sanity. Okay, so she just lost her 2 sanity, which means she is... I think she's also insane now. So let's see. When you lose sanity... Guys, you can tell me down in the comments. If you lose sanity... health and sanity. It says, when a cause effect to lose health or sanity discards the health, if it recovers health or sanity, cannot have more than his maximum. I forgot what we do with when we lose this all sanity. I think maybe that's in the other rule. Let's just double check that. Component actions, encounter. Winning the game. Complex encounters. Tests. Health and sanity. Defeated investigators. When an investigator has 0 health or sanity, he is immediately defeated and resolves. So actually, our Kate Winthrop is also defeated. So she advances Doom by 1. Doom is down to 3. Relocation. Move the investigator token to the nearest city space. So she is in the city of Cellophase. That stays there. collect possessions. So we can kind of read her demise here. It says, you receive an invitation from Kate to meet her at her hotel room. When you arrive, you find their things are nowhere to be found. You search for any sign of her. So we can roll a test for that if the investigator finds them. So that's going to be that. So all of her items can land in Cellophase if we want to go to get them. So maybe I'll have her go down to Unknown Kadaf. I'll have Amanda Sharp move to Unknown Kadaf in the next round. But we also say goodbye to Kate at this point. So let us do our Mythos phase now. So Mythos phase. Okay, so first of all, we're going to advance the active omen. We're going to do a monster surge as a result. So we're going to place our monsters on the monster surge. We get a zombie, a haunting hound, a ghoul, and a crazed mob. We will go ahead and also advance Doom by the red ones. So we have 1. Doom advanced down to 2. And then we will go ahead and spawn clues. Get our clue bag out. Spawn 2 clues on 20 and the moon. Okay. And then we read No Turning Back. It says, You can recall leading a simpler life. You remember a time without blood and horror, but it seems so long ago. If you could return to that life, you know you would only poison the people around you with your darkness and fear. No turning back. Resolve each effect that applies based on the numbers of solved mysteries. 0. We have 0 solved mysteries, so we advance Doom by 1. Doom is at 1. So let's continue with just Amanda Sharp. Amanda Sharp, new turn. Let's have her go down to pick up the items in Cellophase. As her turn, she will get to read Kate Winthrop. It says, you find Kate tinkering tirelessly in a filthy laboratory. An air of madness about her. She waves you to a pile of old things in the corner, and all the while finding a monstrous machine. Gain all of her possessions. So we gain all of her possessions. She does not seem to know who you are, but you try to act as if you were her assistant. So let's roll a test. If you pass, she directs you to pull a lever to the massive machine. We can retreat Doom by 1 as a result. And she is now off the game completely. So it's back to Amanda Sharp. Let's have her do a Cellophase encounter for her turn. So the Dreamlands, we still have our student Amanda Sharp. Cellophase, if you greet a new dreamer in the Tenarian Hills. Let's see, we greet a new dreamer in the Tenarian Hills. Now we have a curse condition, so only the 6s count. We get 6s. If you pass, she tells you of an important mission. Gain 1 task unique item. So we can gain 1 task unique item. And that is a courier run. When you gain this deck from the card, pull 1 random clue that corresponds to a city space face up on this card. Okay, so we can turn this over and we get the Himalayas. All right, so the Himalayas, we can just do a random encounter card. So after we do this, it says it's wilderness. It says extreme conditions have left you fevered and delirious. You force yourself to keep moving. If you pass, we don't get the hallucination condition. So that's fine. And then it says we resolve that, and then it says, then turn this card over. You have arrived at the mansion in a late afternoon, and the butler sees you inside. Before long, you meet with the lady of the prestigious Fairmount family. The butler takes the parcel from the presents to Miss Fairmount for approval. She thanks you for your time and rewards you handsomely for your effort. Gain a funding condition and one asset of your choice, then discard this card. Okay, great. So we've got some funding as a result of this. So let's go ahead and do that Celiphace. Oh, that was the Celiphace encounter. Okay, so now we have to go to our Mythos phase. So we get a Mythos phase, another doorway to Tuonela. We're going to spawn clues. We're going to spawn 2 clues. 1 on 16 and 1 on 14. And we're going to go to space 14 as well, and it says, as the boundary between worlds weaken, you hope to commune with the powers that rule you. Doorway to Tunula. As an encounter, the investigator in space 14 may look for Tuonela, so we have to go to space 14 to close that active rumor. Our other active rumor is in Buenos Aires. So let's give our investigator one more round. Amanda Sharp, new round. We start out with her action phase. I'm going to have her do Dalathleen. Have her do a Hypnos encounter with Dalathleen. It says, someone has gone missing after several nights of sleepwalking, and you help search for him. Oh, whenever I move along a path, I lose 1 sanity. So she's also down a sanity here, just to call it out. If you pass, you find him sleeping in a tree, and he tells you about, okay, we help search for him. So we're going to search for this person. If you fail, search is long and exhausting, lose 1 health and 1 sanity. So we lose 1 health and 1 sanity. In Dalathleen, we do not get the clue as a result. But we do get to do a Mythos card. And the Mythos card is we move the active Omen. 1. 2. Oh, that means Hypnos awakens. So Hypnos awakens. Flip this card and resolve the Hypnos awakens. Each investigator moves to the nearest space on the Dreamlands sideboard. Move each cultist to the nearest space on the Dreamlands sideboard. So I'm going to move her to Moon or Uthar. Uthar. We'll move it to Ulthor and move cultists to the nearest space on the Dreamlands sideboard. Here's 2 cultists that we can move. And I guess the nearest space would be to the Underworld and to Unknown Kadath. So cultists move there. It says, final mystery. The Lord of Sleep has conquered the waking world, and those who walk the land of dream trend on the boundaries. As an encounter, if 3 mysteries have been solved, an investigator in an active dreaming space may attempt to put an end to it. No. So we cannot do that. When the investigator performs a rest action, he cannot recover. Each time Dune would advance, place 1 dream portal on the game board on this sheet. Dream portals on the sheet cannot be spawned. If there are no dream portals left on the game board, each investigator loses the game. Each investigator moves 1 space toward the nearest space on the Dreamland sideboard. Okay, so let's go ahead. We move the gate forward. We got Doom reduces 0. Let's do our reckonings. So the reckonings for these are moves 1 space toward the Dreamlands. We did that already. Move 1 space. Our cursed condition, we have to roll a 4, 5, or 6. 1, nothing happens there. Any other conditions? On a roll of 1, no. For our condition there, we've got the Haunting Hound. Move the monster to the nearest space containing we have a Haunting Horror comes to the Dalathleen. And immediately encounters it. So it's Amanda Sharp versus the Haunting Horror. First, she's going to try a mind test at -1. She passes 1 and loses 1, so she's down to 1 sanity. Now she's going to do a health test at 1. Okay, she takes 2 damage for that. So she's down to 1 health and 1 sanity. What other reckonings are there? There's the Migo. Discard the nearest clue and move this monster to that space. Discard the nearest clue, move the monster to that space. Next one, these reckonings over here. Crazed Mob, roll 1 die. Okay. So we cannot advance Doom by 1, so what we're going to do is we have to add to the Underworld to this card. So anytime Doom advances, we move the Underworld to this card. And then any other reckonings here. Okay, spawn the zombie horde there. Okay, and then the next one would be spawn a gate, a roam. We can get some monsters onto that gate as well. And then let's resolve the mythos. It says, framed for murder. If they'd been perfectly set up, if you were the perfect patsy, the stage evidence was overwhelming and no jury would ever see beyond the viciousness of the murder. The fact that the victim was your friend somehow only further implies your guilt. The lead investigator chooses an investigator with ally asset. So we have to discard all of our allies. So ally is discarded, and that's it. Ally is discarded. And that's going to take us to the next round. We're stuck with this monster encounter. We are... Whenever you fail a test, we have to discard any talent conditions. We discard this talent condition last round. So let's go ahead and have her encounter this monster again. First up is the will test. She is going to lose 2 will. And that is going to do it for Amanda Sharp, the student. Hypnos has won. The Lord of Sleep has completed his journey. Let's do Hypnos victory. Hypnos victory, where he's been spawned. We have the ceremony. Hypnos. Oh, that's for the Hypnos victory. We have to have Doomsday. So this is where Hypnos defeats. Okay, the forgetting of the waking. So this is our forgotten endings card. So we give Hypnos an ending card. It says, having reached unknown Kadath, you fall into sleep. You fall into a stupor. You are amazed. You are amazed. You cannot believe that such a place can exist. Everything is perfect. If you were the greatest poet, you could not find the words to describe it. Magnificent Kadath captivates you so much that you forget about everything. After some time, you find one imperfect object. This is your lantern, with which you come to the Dreamlands through the enchanted forest. Suddenly, strikes you like a bolt from a lightning. You forget your mission. Hypnos. You climb down to the plateau of Lang, but instead you see the ocean. You summon a Byaki to fly to Celiface, and instead of the city, you are met with avoided hills. You're trying to wake up to return to the real world, but you cannot. You're trying to wake up and return to the real world, but you cannot. And only then do you realize that you spent too long in Kadath. Too long, disastrously too long. So we cannot wake up any longer. We are stuck in unknown Kadath. That's going to wrap it up for season 17. Thank you guys for watching. Go check out our Patreon. Check out our bookstore link below. We've got the Cat 2 Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence. Thank you guys for watching. Go check out our gameplay and miniature paintings, and we will see you in the next game. Take care. Bye-bye.